That's the answer. The answer is unlimited. I would be recruiting people every single day, getting them in, training them, mentoring them, coaching them, building them a team, and letting them become super, super successful. As their success grows, so does yours.
That's the motto for life. You got to be helping other people to be successful, so you get success.
We keep it loud, feed the sound, pump the chemical. Ain't gonna shut us up.
I want to give everybody an opportunity. I mean, I don't care. As long as they're 18 years old and they're not like criminals or anything like that, I want them in my business. Like I am looking for great people to recruit and train and mentor personally, by the way, because I'm actively really training people. I'm not even getting rich, writing books. I mean, maybe one day, but I just kind of feel like I'm doing it because I love to do it. And I really genuinely want to make a difference in other people's lives. Now, if I get rich doing it, hallelujah.
Welcome to the $1 Million Branders podcast. Today's going to be awesome because we have Mr. Daniel Alonzo in person, live, uninterrupted from the studio in Los Angeles. So exciting. I had him on my podcast, but it was Zoom, so not the same energy. And such an honor to have you here, Daniel.
Well, I'm fired up, man. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited about, having a little conversation, and we're going to have some fun.
I love it. What a vibe. And just before this, we actually got a protein shake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we're both into health and fitness. That was good. I feel like that conversation should have been the podcast.
That was a great conversation.
So you guys missed out, but we're going to try bring you a little bit about what we spoke about.
Yes, a little taste of what we talked about.
So Daniel, since we last spoke, I mean, you've had your book, and I have done your bio before, but tell us what's been happening last couple of months.
So I'm excited. I mean, the book is done well, but that's, it's been now a couple of years that it's been out, but I've had great response. And of course I think it's going to be kind of a staple for people that want to know about financial services. They want to know about, having a great mindset, kind of like those 11 laws that I talk about. And
such a good book.
And I really feel like it's going to be a staple for anybody that wants to get their life, their financial life, and really life in general, right? All areas of their life, their thinking, their focus, their mindset, everything. And I think it's going to be something that people will read for a long, long time. But I did write my second book. It's coming out real soon. So I didn't even tell you about it, by the way. It's called Wealth on the Beach, but for teens.
I love that.
Actually doing
so great.
And so I'm going to be coming out with a lot of different Wealth on the Beach books.
I'm only 18.
Exactly. So this is perfect for you. and it's going to be good for parents too. So it's going to be a great book that a parent can read with their kids and learn about money. So it has everything to do with money, but also we talk about mindset. Also we talk about drugs and alcohol, how dangerous it is and what a bad idea it is. Especially since I was a bad boy and I did a lot of the bad things when I was a bad boy, and I made a lot of mistakes when I was young, when I was young, So
good. And I think it's so important because our kids are the future, and they're shaping legacies and destiny. So well done for your book. It's incredible. I can't wait I'm going to have to read that too, since I'm only 18.
Yes, exactly.
But Daniel, you talk a lot about passive income. We're going to dive deep today. What's the most underrated or overrated way people are trying to get rich while they sleep?
Underrated way? Well, I think probably maybe the way that I did it, because when people think about passive income, they think of real estate. That's like number one, They think of like, online courses maybe or something like that, or even like books and things like that. But the way I did is a little bit different because my focus was to recruit and train and develop other people in financial services. So when people look at me and they go, how is it that you haven't had to work in 20 years? How is it that you were financially independent at 28 years old? How did you do that? And I always tell people that from 21 to 28, all I thought about, I mean, I got up every single morning and went to bed every single night thinking about who can I recruit, who can I train, who can I develop so that they could have success, right? We've all heard it. You help enough people get what they want, and ultimately you get more than you could ever imagine having. So I kept to that principle from very young. And then I woke up at 28 and I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of agents working in my business. And I was financially independent. So my passive income is a little bit different in the sense that when I find somebody and I train them and I get them licensed and now they're free to do whatever, they're going to go build their own business. Remember, people will work harder for themselves than they'll ever work for you. So I love the fact that all my agents are 1099, which means that it's a volunteer army, right? I'm not their boss, but by the way, I don't also have the overhead. A lot of people don't realize, like you take a look at what I make and you go, all right, what's your overhead? Well, I mean, I have 60 offices, 1,500 agents, and I have one employee. That's it.
Very clever way to run a business.
I have no overhead. There's no inventory. There's no overhead. There's no, I don't have to have big offices and buildings or to house all these people.
Yes.
It's kind of like a McDonald's franchise, right? Every single office is independently run and through my, through my business. And so that's our passive income.
What about most overrated way?
I don't know, maybe real estate. I don't know. I just think that when people talk about passive income, the challenge is how do you scale it, right? Yes. How do you where's the leverage? So because I feel like real estate just takes so much time and you also have to have a lot of capital, right?
Yes,
I mean, you can get loans and things like that to help you, capitalize your projects. But let's think about this for a second. If I, buy a house, an average house, spend $500,000 for the house. Well, if I rent that out, maybe I'm going to net out $1,000, $500 with expenses and all that. I might only net out $500 a month on that property, right? Now, granted, you have appreciation. That's, you're able to grow but that's not guaranteed either. Appreciation depends on when you buy it. What's the market look like, right? What's the interest rate that you're paying? What are your expenses on this property?
Yes.
So it sounds good to just go buy a house and then rent it out. It sounds wonderful. The problem is that really going to be profitable? And is it going to be a cash flow machine? And I'm always thinking about cash flow. I'm always thinking, so the difference for me is I'll recruit you, okay? You come work in my business. I get you licensed with the state. Now you have a license. Now you're independent. You can make as much money as you want to make. And by the way, you can go see a client today, like literally today, you could see a client tonight, make $1,000 in profit just for yourself because you have no overhead, you have no employees, you have nothing. You go see as many people as you want to see.
Yes.
Right? And there's 40 million people just in California alone. So think about this for a second. Every time you go help a family, right? I recruited you, I trained you, I mentored you. Every time you go help a family, guess what? I make $300, $400, $500, maybe more with bonuses and things like that. So how many people, if you could make $500 on every single transaction for every single recruit that you ever recruited, how many people would you recruit? What's the answer? The answer is unlimited. Yes. I would be recruiting people every single day, getting them in, training them, mentoring them, coaching them, building them a team, and letting them become super, super successful. As their success grows, so does yours.
Love it. And I think that's the motto for life. You got to be helping other people to be successful so you get success.
For sure.
So most people want financial freedom, but I think few have the guts to do what it takes. What's the mindset shift that separates winners from the wannabes? It's
100% mental toughness. That's it.
Love that you said that.
It's mental toughness.
Yes.
I mean, it's discipline to do the shit that you don't want to do. Like I don't care how you feel about it. If it needs to get done, then you do it. Right? You're talking about, right? You were in the bodybuilding and you did a lot of the, that's a lot of hard work. That's a lot of doing shit that you don't feel like doing.
I still can't eat broccoli.
There you go. Okay. So
broccoli's out. Yes.
It's not good for you.
No, it's just, I just can't look at it.
You can't look at it. Oh, because you ate
broccoli.
because you used to eat so much broccoli. Okay. I gotcha.
If you are enjoying this episode, if you have gotten value from this episode and it has changed your life by teaching you things, I'm going to ask you a huge favor. If you would subscribe, like, follow, and share with people so we can bring more incredible guests to the $1 Million Branders podcast to serve you better, so you can make more money in your business, in your life, and accelerate your growth into becoming the $1 Million brand that I know is possible for you. Thank you, and my greatest appreciation to you.
I just think that to me is the tragedy today for young people, for not young people, for any people, is their discipline levels are so low. And also I think there's almost an epidemic when it comes to mental toughness. I mean, you say something to somebody and then they're crying. You know what I mean? Like they can't handle.
It's the nature of the culture now.
I mean, exactly. You have a conversation with somebody and you give them some constructive criticism. You say, look, man, I think you should. I just had this conversation with somebody yesterday, and I was having a conversation with her, and I was legitimately just coaching her. Yes. I said, look, this is your situation right now. The reason why you're having some challenges in your business right now is because of this and this and this. So look, I'm here just as your coach. I'm here to tell you what to do. And she used to own a gym a long time ago. So I'm like, it's the same thing. When you were in your gym and you're telling people what to do and you're telling people to be, coachable and follow the program, right? To follow the process so that they can have a better body. That's not an easy thing. So if they took everything that you told them, if they took it all personally, then every single person that you tried to coach would quit on you and they would be upset with you. But they didn't, because they wanted a great body. So they were willing to do those 5 extra reps, even though they didn't want to. They did it because they wanted to have success. Same goes in business. You want to have success, you're going to have to do shit that you don't want to do.
And
you're
do
gonna
the
have to,
5 extra reps.
And do the 5 extra reps.
That's
Everything you do, you should ask yourself, what's that little bit more that I can do? Right? I never wanted to be that person to do just enough. I wanted to do what I'm supposed to do, and I want to do a little bit more.
Just one more.
Just one more, right? I want to overdo it because I don't want to be like everybody else. And I just feel like, look, if you're disciplined and you do what you say you're going to do, you separate yourself from the masses of people.
That's the key.
That's
what
the key.
Just said.
That's it. And once you separate yourself, and by the way, like you look at your vibe and your personality and you took this long trip to Australia to be here. I mean,
it's worth it.
Well, let's be honest, right?
Yes.
I mean, most people wouldn't do that. Okay. So by you making those decisions, you have now separated yourself from everybody else in Australia or anywhere, to say that I am willing to do what it takes to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. That's the difference.
I love it. I actually have this thing. I just say whatever it takes.
That's it.
And it ties back to just one more. And I think mentality is everything. Mm-hmm. Without that, we've got nothing.
Well, that's how you build a $1 million brand.
There you go.
There you go.
People always are chasing more money, and you teach freedom. And I think one of my favorite things about you, Daniel, is that you walk the walk and you talk the talk. And a lot of people don't do that. But what's the real difference, and why do people get it completely backward? Well,
because they forget the whole reason why we're making money in the first place. The reason why we're making money. Like, I mean, do I want to be a billionaire? Okay, yeah. If I could be a billionaire, I'd love to be a billionaire. But does it matter to me ultimately? No. You know what I really want is I want a great life. I want to do shit that I want to do. I want to spend time with my kids. I want to travel the world. I want to eat great food. I want to be with a social circle of people that I love and I care about. I want to be with great friends, great people. I want a great partner. I want nice things in my life. And of course, the money is going to allow a lot of that to actually happen. But the truth is, there's only so much money you need. And once you get to your number, and we all have our numbers. We all have exactly what we feel like we need to be able to get what we want. And I think when you get there, you say, okay, I'm here. And then you fucking enjoy it. Like, what are we doing? We're like killing ourselves for
That's
what?
Right.
What do you want? What was the whole point in the beginning to why were you getting up early and staying up late? It's so that you can get this and this and this and this. So once you can get those things, then enjoy it.
I love it. And I love that you're saying that because so many people don't. They keep going and going. It's actually an exhausting process. So if wealth is a game, what's the one rule that if you followed it religiously would guarantee someone a seat at the winner's table?
Well, I mean, we talked about it. It's mental toughness, but probably discipline. I mean, I think also, an important thing, and I mentioned it very quickly, but I think another one of those differences is the keeping your word,
Love it. Integrity.
Integrity. I mean, when I tell somebody I'm going to do something,
you do it.
You can literally bank on it. Like it's going to happen.
You drove here today.
Well, yeah. And I wasn't late.
Yes.
And I wasn't, I was prepared. I was on time. I did what I was supposed to do. But that's just me. And so if you're one of those people that are flaky,
I literally am going to say on camera, I hate flaky people.
Well, but it's normal. It's like there are so many flaky people in the world.
Yes.
And they tell you they're going to do something and they just don't do it.
Yes.
And then you call them out on it. You're like, hey, I thought you were supposed to. And then boom, excuse.
It's rather just don't say it. You're not going to do it. Don't say it.
I have no problem if they don't want to do it. If you don't want to do it,
just don't say it.
Just don't say it. Exactly. Because credibility is like change in your pocket.
Absolutely.
So eventually nobody trusts you anymore because you've said you were going to do something for so long and you never followed through on it. So therefore you lose trust.
Yes.
If you lose trust, then you lose relationships, you lose credibility.
Then it's reputation.
And then it's reputation.
And you only get one of those.
How do you get it back? It's
Exactly.
very, very difficult. And I'm not saying, look, let's be honest, right? Nobody's perfect, right?
Yes.
I've screwed things up. I remember one time I had an event that I was doing, and the guy called me. There was, a couple hundred people in the room waiting for me to talk. And now I've done 1,000, I've spoke 1,000 times in front of a crowd, right? So, of course, this is not normal, but for whatever reason, it didn't go into my calendar. And I got 200 people waiting for me to show up to this event.
Stressful.
And I didn't show up. And I'm an hour and a half away. And I literally had my tail between my legs, and I had to tell the guy, like, look, I'm not going to be there. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Now, one thing that people need to recognize is when you do make a mistake, when you don't follow through on your word, which again happens because we're human and shit happens, you immediately go into saying, I am sorry. I apologize.
Important.
And I swear, I still see this guy, the guy that put on the event. I still see him every few years. I'll see him. And I still tell him I'm sorry. I still tell him, like, I'm so sorry, Mike. I can't believe I did that 25 years ago, So,
yes.
But it's just, that's how important my word is to me. I just, not perfect, but man, I try to be.
We have very similar laws and rules for ourselves around integrity and honor. It's so important. And I think that you mentioned something, getting back to someone and saying sorry, especially it's a level of EQ, IQ, social etiquette. And it's not just for business, it's life too.
Right.
And you will be so much more loved if you follow that.
Absolutely.
So what's the hell yes formula, the Daniel Alonzo way, for deciding whether an opportunity is worth your time or just another shiny object distraction?
Wow. I think for me, I get up every day and I mean, I try to make everybody happy, but I also understand that I only have so many hours in the day. So when there is an opportunity, or like, let's just say somebody wants to meet with me, I look at that situation and I go, okay, am I really going to bring value to them? Like, seriously, am I going to bring value? If I am, then that'll tell me, that's a little check mark. Okay, cool. Maybe we want to meet. And then I ask myself too, what sort of value will they bring to the table for me as well, right? Because I think that there has to be a give and a take.
That's great.
When you're looking at building a relationship, in business especially, right? When you're building a relationship, you're trying to look at, okay, how can we as partners, if I recruit somebody, of course, I want to recruit everybody. I want to give everybody an opportunity. I mean, I don't care. As long as they're 18 years old and they're not like criminals or anything like that, I want them in my business. Like, I am looking for great people to recruit and train and mentor personally, by the way, because I'm actively really training people. So I don't pawn them off on my assistant or anything like that. I literally am training people right now. I'm training people and I love it. But I always let them know that, like, look, I'll give you the shirt off my back. I'll do whatever is necessary to help you get whatever it is that you want out of this thing. But you got to meet me halfway.
Absolutely.
Like, I can't want to win more than you do. Like, if I want you to have a great life and you don't even want to have a great life, well, then this ain't going to work. I'm sorry. Because at some point it becomes exhausting working with people. And so there's got to be a mutual respect that says, look, I'm going to respect your time. You respect my time. If you're serious and I'm serious, man, there ain't nothing we can't do. We can go conquer the world together.
Such a good attitude.
But we gotta help each other, right? We got to get on the same page, so that's
absolutely brilliant. It's leading from the front, which is what you do.
That's all I do.
It's fantastic. And in 2025, if you had to leave us with one thing in terms of wealth building, what is one piece of advice or a motto or something we can take into the future with us?
I think right now in 2025, I think you need to save your cash. You need to be cash heavy, because we're going to go through some crazy market times right now from a money standpoint.
Yes. And
so people better be wise with their money. Let's be honest, man. Everybody wants to look rich, and I am really proud of myself in the fact that I really was also disciplined with my money, and I made good financial choices so that way I could work because I want to work. I never wanted to work because somebody was telling me to work. Or because
you have to work.
Or because I have to, right? I wanted to work because I really, I felt passionate about what I was doing. I was excited about what I was doing. I mean, let's be honest, right? I do a podcast and it's called Wealth on the Beach Podcast. It's on iTunes, Spotify, everything. I mean, but it's come on. I'm not getting rich doing a podcast. Yes. I wrote a book.
It's legacy.
And I'm not even getting rich, writing books. I mean, maybe one day, but I just kind of feel like I'm doing it because I love to do it. And I really genuinely want to make a difference in other people's lives. Now, if I get rich doing it, hallelujah. If I don't, that's okay too, because I already have a business. We were talking about this, right? I mean,
some of us are building actual businesses.
I actually have a business.
Right.
I'm not like one of those gurus that go out there and all they're doing is trying to sell books and tapes and, blah, 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 whatever. Right. And I can't believe I said tapes. That'll date me.
It's okay.
You were surprised you were surprised that I just turned 50. Well, there you go.
I can't believe
that's
it.
That's a 50. That's a 50.
The health and mindset. Well, I just think you're brilliant. I can't wait to see what you do next. And it's such an honor to have you in person on the podcast. And this book, we got to get it out there. But it was such an honor to interview you today, Daniel. And thank you for driving all the way and no speeding tickets on the way back.
0.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it being here.
Stop now, we're gonna bring the noise.